Hello everyone, welcome to Imperator Rome, the new grand strategy game from Paradox Interactive. I have been eagerly anticipating this game for quite some time. As longtime viewers of my channel may know, I am a fairly big history buff, especially of the medieval, classical, and Bronze Age periods, so this is kind of right in my wheelhouse. I've been really looking forward to this game, as I said. I've played a little bit, just kind of enough to get a feel for the controls and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of things that I don't know going forward, some of which may have shown up in dev diaries and things like that. I haven't had the most time to keep up on those, unfortunately. But like I said, I have played a number of hours to get a feel for the basics of the game, so there's going to be some things that we just kind of, learn as we go otherwise. We've got our settings here. Let's go ahead and jump right into a single-player game. Let's go ahead and do a new game. I could continue other ones, but we will be doing a new campaign. Wait for the game to load up the map. Some fantastic pieces of art. Okay, so we are starting in 304 BC, October 1st, or 450 AVC. Ab Urbe Condita, or From the Founding of the City, is a dating convention commonly used by scholars in reference to Rome and Roman history, and establishes AUC 1 as the year of the founding of Rome. The year AUC 450, therefore, corresponds to 304 BC in the modern Gregorian calendar. So, I am going to be choosing Iron Man, because I want to take the achievements. There's a couple achievements that I want to try and go for in this very first campaign. We cannot take a look at what the achievements are until we get into the game. I mean, we could through Steam, but for now... I'll mention it when we get into it. There are quite a few places that we could start at. There's all kinds of little tribals here. We could play as Carthage. We could play as Rome. It is Imperator Rome, after all. We could try and defeat Rome as Etruria, which does kind of appeal to me. We could play up in the British Isles and form Great Britain long before it should. We could play as Phrygia or Armenia or even Moria. But I think that I want to play as one of the successor states of Alexander. So that could be like Macedon, Phrygia, Seleucids, Bactria. But in this case, we are going to be playing as Egypt. Again, as viewers of my channel know, last year I did take a trip to Egypt and Jordan. Playing as Nabatea was my test game, and I do want to do some of that later on. But it's a bit of a slower start. I think we'll have a bit more early fun with Egypt. Plus, there are some... achievements that I'd like to get that aren't Egypt-specific, but playing as Egypt is a little bit more helpful for that matter. So we will be playing as Ptolemaic Lagid. He is 8547. These are the stats. I'll talk about those when we get in. Aristocratic monarchy, religion Hellenic, culture Macedonian. Let's go ahead and start. We will call this... Egypt. I did also go through the Roman tutorial as well. So let's see. Let's go with Egypt LP. I should probably create some folders. I don't care about saving to the cloud. Alexander the Great. In Babylon 18 years ago, the Argead king Alexander died suddenly at the age of 32. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing military successes had reshaped the world as known to the Greeks, his empire stretching uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus. The shock of Alexander's early death and his lack of chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of satraps and generals who attended him, splintering his empire into elements ruled by those potentates, styled as the Diadochi. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their sphere of influence into the conflict. The wars of the Diadochi will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to Egypt to decide how they will end. The die is cast. Okay, so we will be starting as Egypt. Pardon my the squirreliness with my mouse wheel. I need a new mouse, which annoys me because this is a mouse that I just opened a few months ago. So, the extent of the Alexander Empire did reach out here. City of Alexandru-Lyman. One of the fun things about history is that rather than taking boats from here back up here, he marched his armies through this area. Now, obviously, a lot of this is impassable, so I guess to a certain extent it would be probably along here. I don't know exactly. I don't know that we know exactly where he marched, but he definitely did march through here. And a lot of scholars believe it was basically because he was angry at his troops for not letting him continue conquering this way. Maybe even eventually get into China. But one of the things about this game is that there are desert counties that have the desert terrain, which is attrition +1. So it doesn't matter what the supply limit is. If you have troops standing in a desert county, they will suffer attrition. Period. So there's a lot of desert counties. So yeah, it's a pretty bad way to just march through here home. And that was also one of the problems with playing over here in Nabatea. And it's going to be a problem here in Egypt. We've got quite a bit of desert terrain. I think that getting down through here is going to be okay, but this part's going to suck. And also getting over here is going to suck. So we're going to be suffering a lot of attrition moving our troops around. The good news is that we have currently manpower of 110,000. So in a lot of ways, those who are familiar with Europa Universalis 4 will find some very familiar elements in this game. We've got stability, we've got what amounts to monarch points, we've got manpower, and we've got standing armies, unlike the levies in Crusader Kings 2. So in that regard, it's more like EU4 than CK2, and I'm much more familiar with CK2 than I am with EU4. But it is also a bit of an easier interface to get a hold of. These are our pop-up alerts, basically. So we're going to take a look at those in a moment. Here are the various menu options that we have: Nation Overview, Government, Military, Technology, Religion, Economy, Diplomacy, Decisions, Trade Overview, Characters, and Mercenaries. Some of these we'll be looking at more than others. Mercenaries I will probably not be looking at too often. But we are currently making 14.2 gold. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. No, I want to go to the economy view. Right now we do have army maintenance on default. We could bump that up to increased pay for 10% more morale, but that would also be 50% extra cost, which we could afford right now. We could afford that, but I'm going to bump this down to decreased pay. I'm going to put fort maintenance down. We've got wages, which are for all the different characters, and the characters are a bit more like Crusader Kings 2, but it's a little bit less focused. So we can extort tributaries, we can do transactional taxation, we can do harsh taxation. We would get national slave output, but we'd lose research points, and I do not want to lose research points. Research is pretty important. Now, the first thing that I want to do, so we're gaining monarch points, essentially, based on our current character, and I believe we gain 1 point for every 2 points of our character. So 8, we're gaining 4. 5, we're gaining 2, rounding down. 4, so we're gaining 2. 7, so we're gaining 3. So yeah. So in that regard, it kind of sucks to have anyone with an odd number here. You do have the Blood of the Lagade. So we've got our traits. Blood of the Lagade. Zeal +1, Prominence +20, Wrong Culture Group Happiness +15%, Research Points +5%. Pretty nice. He is Cautious, which is Martial -1. Unit Reorganization Cost -50%. We'll do that kind of thing eventually. We've got High Prominence, High Popularity, no Corruption at the moment. So those are good. We could hold games, spend a bunch of money, gain 15 popularity. It's good to do if our popularity is sagging, but for now, we're not going to do that. However, we could be gaining a few more of these points. So if you go to Nation Overview, we've got no ideas selected. We are currently an aristocratic monarchy, and this determines what ideas we can choose to match our government type. So military idea and 2 oratory ideas. So these are the different ideas. You got religious ideas, oratory ideas, civic ideas, and military ideas. Let's see, morale of armies +10%. That sounds good. Trireme cost -25%. Could be good. We don't have any, and I don't think we have any wood. Ordered retreat. Reinforcement speed +10%. Army morale recovery +5%. I'm going to go with the martial ethos. Morale of armies +10%. Ensuring that our soldiers and veterans hold a prestigious place in the social hierarchy is key to their contentment and loyalty. Maybe when we get to a point where we want boats, it'll be important. So this is taking our oratory power. Oratory power is also used for fabricating claims and stuff like that, but we'll hold off on that. There's going to be some things that we want to get taken care of on our realm first. So there are some pretty good civic ideas. I do really like this build cost and build time -30%. This saves a ton of money. But if we choose this, we won't be getting the extra monarch points. National commerce income +20% is pretty nice. And tax farming, national slave output +20%. We can't choose these because our tech isn't high enough. So I'm not even going to bother looking at them. So all 3 of those, I like. These 3, eh. Oratory ideas, monthly corruption -10.1. Military administration, monthly general loyalty +0.05, monthly admiral loyalty +0.05, and hospitium, improved opinion maximum +33%. I kind of like that. It would be easier to keep some people friendly towards us. And then religious ideas, which again we can't choose because of the type of government we have. Country civilization level +10%, monthly civilization change +0.02%. I do like that as well. Haruspicy, loyalty of subject states +10. That's okay. Origin myth, ruler popularity gain +0.33. It's okay. But since we've got the oratory ideas, I think we'll take the military administration right now. And we will take the hospitium. Improved opinion maximum +33%. Alright, so what that does is that if we wanted to improve the opinion of Nabatea, who currently does not like us that much, appeasing stance +10, a different culture group -20, but we can do relation actions, improve opinion, and this will improve their opinion of us by 66.5 over time. And it costs us 37 oratory power. For 25, we could send an insult. We could also send a gift, which would increase their opinion by 25. And one thing that would be kind of nice is to try and get them like offer client status. Their opinion of us must be at least 100. It's currently -10. So I kind of want to make these guys a, client of ours. Let's see. Pays a small amount of money in exchange for protection and commerce bonuses. Although I'm not sure if I can integrate them with that. So that might be something that we don't want to do at the moment. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. They're not in a good position for doing stuff because they're currently a regional power. And these guys are local powers, so they can't ally. This one is a local power, so these two can ally. Nabatea really does not have much ways to expand, because Judea is a tributary under Phrygia. So, yeah, Nabatea doesn't really have much, really anywhere to expand. But I would kind of like to make them a vassal at some point. Alright, so let's take a look at these options. We've got unused trade routes in capital. And our capital is, of course, Alexandria. Or Alexandria. Right now, we are getting a massive surplus of grain, +4. We're getting a bit of a surplus of glass, +1. And when you have a surplus, you get some good bonuses. Local population growth +0.05, and just for having this, all cities in the province of the Western Delta have the following benefits: 0.1. And for every surplus, you're gaining that thing. So having more surplus means more benefits. So we're getting 0.2 in Alexandria for all of that extra grain. And since this is the capital, having... this is giving a benefit of national manpower +10% to the entire country. So it's pretty nice. Glass, we are getting commerce income of 15% and a commerce income of 5% in addition. We're also getting religious tech investment +5% for having that. If we trade some away, then we will get a different bonus. So... there's always good things to get from using these, either keeping them or trading them or having them, that sort of thing. So there's really like no negatives for any of the stuff. It's just kind of a question of whether it's a benefit that you want right now or, what benefits are better. So vegetables, also getting supply limit, move slave costs, fish, population growth, national freeman happiness, dates, all we're getting is freeman happiness, earthenware, research points. Precious metals is local citizen happiness, and dyes, local citizen happiness. So people here are going to be pretty happy. Maybe other than the slaves. Now, we've got 30 citizens, and the citizens are the ones that produce research. So they're producing quite a bit, 12.9. Also producing some commerce value. Freemen give you local manpower. So these are the people that you draw your soldiery from. We are getting, per year, 1,850 out of this. And it is being reduced by nobility admission law. And yeah, it's based on... so each month we get 6 troops. So of our manpower gain of 307, without this county... we'd only be gaining 301, so that's important to look at. We've got 3 marketplaces here, which is producing a lot of income. We could build another building. We've got a granary. Building a training camp would probably be good, because that would improve the manpower a bit more. On the other hand, getting more income might also be good. It's not a desert. That's a supply limit. This is a garrison of the fort. That's the fort level. Barbarian power, civilization value, what it's producing, what type of terrain it is, and impact on province loyalty. So that's that. And these are the things that all of the counties in this province are producing. So we fully control that. But let's go ahead and take care of the unused trade route. So these are the things that we can trade for. We can get glass, marble, papyrus, earthenware, gemstones, cloth, all of those all of these, all of those. But I think wood is probably one thing that we're going to want to get first. Start getting some triremes built. Yeah, I didn't take the thing that gives me a discount on that, but who knows how long we'll actually be able to keep the triremes. Also, local tax plus 3%. Now, iron might also be good because we don't have any iron otherwise, but I will probably, well, let's see. Alright, so there's a few places that we can get that from. Let's actually get the iron instead, now that I think about it. That will allow us to build heavy infantry units. We didn't have iron before, I don't think. If we look at the trade goods map mode, we've got stone down here. I'm not seeing any iron. We've got base metals. I actually kind of wish that they would put in copper, tin, and arsenic. Tin and arsenic are the two things that you'd use with copper to make bronze. And you should probably have to trade for those, rather than just having base metals, because I'm pretty sure base metals is covering that. But it was always a pretty major thing that you had to trade for these other things. And that's one of the importance, the reasons iron was so important was because, like, you might find copper here, but then the tin would be over here or something like that, you know, or over here. And you always had to trade to get both of them. And iron, yeah, you might have to trade for one of them, but if you have iron, that's all you need, and you got your source to make weapons. And that was why it was so important. We've got a lack of commander. Let's go ahead and appoint someone. We'll probably be switching out this unit. We've got heavy infantry, we've got light cavalry, and we've got archers. But for now, we need a commander. Our leader would be better, but I think we'll put this guy in charge. Anyway, he's got pretty good loyalty as it is, so that's fine. Chance of cohort loyalty. So if the cohorts become loyal, they will not allow you to split them. Not too worried about that at the moment. We've got scorned families. Maybe I should have looked at that, but we'll have to deal with that later. There's 3 scorned families that we're going to want to give out jobs to. We can call down an omen. But I'm going to save up these points to increase our stability. Our stability is 1, and we're getting increased legitimacy, research points, tax, ruler popularity gain, subject loyalty, but it's increasing the cost of this. And at 3 stability, our national tax will be plus 15%. I think that's more worthwhile than spending it on these points at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. We can also get inventions. We're currently at tech level 0 across the board. I think the most advanced tech is Epirus, although they are also at 0. They may just advance faster, so I might be mistaken. I thought they were the most advanced, but they may just have the best advancement early on. Alright, so for 100 of the civic power, which I've already spent a little bit of, we can buy one of these inventions. So technology speed plus 5%, army morale recovery, omen power, diplomatic reputation. Basically, anytime that you want to do something, this is just going to be a +1 bonus in your favor to do it, so that's a good thing to get. Fabricate claim cost is pretty important, improve opinion maximum is pretty good. National tribesman output is not that great. National tax plus 5% is nice. Commerce income, military tech investment, starting experience, and trireme discipline. Of these, I want the herbalism. Technology speed. Let's go ahead and grab that. Alright, so we've got a major discovery. Basilius, herbalism. Knowledge of the plants and herbs which surround us can have uses beyond that which many would suspect. From birth control to medicine, we cannot underestimate botany. So technology speed plus 5%. That's just a 5% boost to all of these. So right now, we are expected to get our martial advances 1 to finish in March of 459. So about 9 years, 8.5 years. That will unlock some new inventions, And will also give some improved morale of armies and navies. Military tradition cost will be cheaper, and army maintenance and navy maintenance costs will go up. So every time you gain a new martial advance, I believe that's basically going to be the same thing. Maybe some other things. We'll find out. Civic advances, herbalism, the national commerce income and monthly wages for characters changes. Wages go down, commerce goes up. Oratory advances is civilization level improves, and research progress is omen power improves. So those are pretty good. So we're gonna hold off on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the achievements. So there's a lot of achievements. Very easy, easy, medium, hard, and very hard. The ones that I am going to go for, I'm not going to go for any of these very hard. I'm not going to go for Conquer the World. Not going to go for Mare Nostrum. Which one is it? Okay. No more worlds left to conquer. Reform Alexander's empire as a successor state. This is one of the ones that I want to do. If we hover over it, I thought we could do that. No, maybe not. Oh, it's the decisions that will do that. I'll look at those in a moment. I have 15 trade routes in Byzantium. Don't care about that. Where is it? Alright. Soter, as Egypt own all the wonders of the world through conquest or construction. So this is the other one that I want to go for. So we need to own Memphis, which we do. Own Babylon, Olympia, Ephesus, Halicarnassus, Rhodos. Rhodos must have the Colossus of Rhodes. And Alexandria must have the Pharos Lighthouse. So neither of those have been constructed yet, but they will be. We could probably do Greek Republic. So I'd have to convert to a republic. So I'm probably not going to do that. Adopt the Empire government form. I'll probably be able to do that. I might be able to do the New Kingdom. I don't know if I'll have to look at the Egyptian succession law to see if I actually want that. We will find out. Have at least 9,000 pops may happen, but I'm not going to try for it. And I'm going to see if there's any others that I was thinking about. 4 researchers with at least 11 relevant skill. I might try for that at some point. It's going to be kind of a luck-based thing. Survive civil war may happen. And these are just the very easy ones. Some of these will happen automatically. Alright, so not that big of a deal. If we take a look at decisions... So we can do the Pharos Lighthouse. It will cost 1,200 gold. The building of the lighthouse begins. Maritime journeys are never entirely safe, from pirates and wreckers to storms and tempests. The Mediterranean is a dangerous place to be. Nonetheless, it is the quickest way to travel for a grand city such as Alexandria on the Nile. It is I feel like should be a sentence end in there. It is imperative that we are able to guarantee the safety of all ships and sailors. The small island of Pharos, just outside our port, would be the perfect location for a great lighthouse to guide the way for all shipping. This venture would also put an end to the infamous wreckers that often roam the island. Okay, so we need to save up money, but I will definitely be doing that. Imperial Ambition. So that will cost us stability. That's another reason why I want to increase stability. This is something that we can try for. And this just changes your monarchy type. Adopt plutocratic monarchy, adopt stratocratic monarchy, theocratic monarchy. And you can see that this is oratory ideas 1, religious ideas 2, military ideas 2, oratory ideas 1, civic ideas 2, religious ideas 1, we have the one that is Military Ideas 1 and Oratory Ideas 2. Plutocratic Monarchy might be nice. It's definitely a temptation, in part because I do really like civic ideas. And then reunite Alexander's Empire. Egypt adopts the empire government form. Get to those benefits, which I'm not entirely sure what they are. I'll need to learn these icons. Wrong culture group happiness plus 10%. Morale of armies plus 10%. Diplomatic reputation plus 2. National freedman happiness plus 10%. Changes name to Argead Empire. Argead Empire will gain claims on the regions of Macedonia, Hellas, Thrace, Asia, Phrygia, Cappadocia, Cilicia, Bithynia, Assyria, Mesopotamia, Persis, Medea, Gidrosia, Parthia, Bactriana, Ariana, Palestine, Syria, Gandhara, Upper Egypt, and Lower Egypt, many of which I'll probably have. In addition, you need to have certain things. So having this highlighted indicates in green what we need. So we need Ammon, we need Memphis, we need Alexandria. I don't think we need anything down that way. No, that's just Axum. We need Tyros, Antigonia, Epiphania, Gordian, Sardius. I don't know that we need any of these. Oh, there we go. We need Sparta, Argos, Corinthos, Thebes, Athenae, Pella, Lysimachia. What else? Scroll wheel. Stop being screwy. We need Seleucia Megale, Babylon, Susa, Ecbatana, Persepolis, Alexandro Lyman, Taxila, Alexandria Caucaso, and I think that's it. So, we need to do a lot of conquering, but we just need those counties, or those cities, I guess it's called in this game. So that's probably something that I'm going to try to do. Anyway, when we come back next time, we'll actually get the game on pause. We do have a couple vassals. We've got Andros, Kos, and Dodek Gaskoinos. That is that one down there, and we've got Kos up here, right there, and something over here somewhere. So those are our current vassals. But we'll get the game on pause, start looking over our lands, see what we want to do. As this is a brand new campaign, especially for a brand new game, your support by liking the videos, sharing them if possible, leaving comments, all of that will be very helpful in getting the video higher up in the search results, so I really would appreciate anyone who would do that. And as this is an early release, I will be having multiple episodes of this up on the first day. So stay tuned to the channel, look for more episodes of this in just a matter of hours. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're as excited about this game as I am. See you next time, everyone.